Hey folks, welcome to the Avalanche Conditions Report, brought to you by Whitewater Ski Resort and backcountryskiingcanada.com. I'm Dave. I'm part of the snow safety team up here at Whitewater, and I'll be coming at you guys periodically throughout the season to give you guys conditions report on the snow quality, avalanche conditions, and talking to you about what's going on in the snowpack. This season set up really well. We had a lot of snowfall in October, and then of course it backed off a bit. And then, we had dribs and drabs. And what that's done is created a variety of layers in our snowpack, which I'm going to point out to you. We're going to talk a bit about right now. So coming into the pit that we kind of shaved here, down by the ground here, we kind of got some nastiness like we did last year. You can see it's what we're calling 4-finger facets. It's trapped between two crusts. We have the November 5th crust and then the November 13th crust, and that's promoted some facets here. Then we have a reasonably well consolidated mid-pack until you hit this ice crust as well. And this is called the November 18th ice crust along here. And then we have a couple little rain crusts and then a surface hoar crust. Nothing of too much concern in the upper pack. And then our most recent crust, which got buried yesterday, we're calling it the December 8th. That's a melt freeze crust. We actually had a rain event on Tuesday. It melted the snow and then the snow refroze, created a melt freeze crust. So the snowpack's looking similar to last year. Things to watch out for again is going to be this lower basal instability. We're going to be talking a fair bit about this November 18th melt freeze crust. And then this will be most likely, once we get enough load on it, our next bed surface. Talking a little bit about the avalanche conditions. We don't have much of a slab like on top of this crust. You can see it's just blower snow. This crust actually is making the ski quality really good because it's nice and supportive. And then, it's some nice pow on top. So it is very supportive for skiing right now. Avalanches in the area, we haven't seen too much. Some minor sloughing. Otherwise, nothing of note. Avalanche Canada right now is calling the hazard moderate, moderate, low. So moderate in the alpine, moderate at tree line, and low below tree line. At this time in the season, it's really good to check out those resources, avalanche.ca, do your trip plan, and make sure you know what's going on before you head out in this early season. As far as weather goes, we are looking like we're going to get a blip of snow coming in on Sunday. That could be anywhere from 5 to 10 to maybe some models are showing 15 centimeters coming in on Sunday. Kind of want to just talk a little bit about some resort policies. Right now, we just want to emphasize that before you come up, make sure you visit our website and check out the COVID safety page. And then just want to reiterate that we are at early season conditions. Hazards do exist. Skiing in the trees isn't really recommended, but we are opening. We're going to have Summit and Silver King chair spinning. And it's looking like it's going to be a really awesome opening day and opening weekend for everybody. We can just go over here now. Got a little bit of a compression test set up for everybody here that'll see what's going on a little bit in the snowpack. So that was on the third tap and it just broke right below the crust. But something to note is that we've isolated this crust. Right now this crust is widespread, but we've isolated that crust. So you can take that result with a bit of a grain of salt. So we had a bit of a resistant planer, and this is what I'm talking about in those basal facets between the 5th and the 13th crust, that 4-finger area I was talking about. We had a resistant planer, and it looks like it failed in between the two crusts. Yeah, so it failed right in this basal area. But one thing about this to think about is that we have a number of bridging crusts, so you can't take this as an isolated column as that's what the conditions are going to be. But we are really going to monitor what happens with this lower crust once we get more of a load in the slab on top. Otherwise, I don't have much else to talk to you guys about. It's going to be a great opening weekend. Again, I'm Dave, and we'll be coming at you throughout the season, and enjoy the skiing.